Hi, so today is a video about all of the old YouTube favorite products, like a YouTube old favorite makeup items. One day I was like looking at my collection and I find out there's a lot of product in my collection I bought because like a YouTuber was recommending it. And a lot of them are still very good products. So I think like recent years there's so many new product that's coming out in the market, but I still think a lot of old products are like, you know, oldies but goodies. They're still very nice even compared with what we have on the market right now. So I just want to share my collection. Yeah, that's it. I have a lot of product in like every category, like I have put it here, but I will choose one or two from the category to put on my face to complete full face of makeup. And now I have eyebrow on and I don't have other products on my face because I don't really have like that many products like for eyebrow that's recommended by like a YouTuber or anything. So let's just get started with our base. I think these two products is something that a lot of YouTuber has recommended back in the day. Actually, I still see people recommending this product now and then on YouTube. One is the Hourglass Whale Mineral Primer, and one is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I think they are both very good products, but I just stopped wearing primers because I just don't feel like I need them. I think I want to use the Bobbi Brown one because I feel like today my skin is a little bit dry. It's like I don't know how to say the texture. It's like a balm. I feel like ice cream, if that makes sense. I quite like it. It's like quite moisturizing but not oily. I stopped using this is because it just works like a face cream. I can do without it because I can just use my, you know, skincare, so I just feel like I don't need this. Maybe I will finish this just to use it as a face cream in the morning. Foundation. I think there's a lot of foundation I bought because of like YouTuber was recommending it. But I think the most recommended product are these four, which is the Nars Natural Radiant Foundation. Actually, I really like this one recently. Like you can see, it's like up to the top of this like lettering, so I use a lot of this. And I think when it first came out, it was like around the end of a year, 1 or 2 months before the new year. A lot of YouTubers featuring this product in their yearly favorites, which is quite rare because I rarely see a like beauty YouTuber recommending something in their yearly favorite when it's more of a new product. So that was like saying a lot to me, so I bought it. And actually I didn't really think anything about it. I just think it's like a good foundation. But recently I pulled it out again and started using it. I feel like it's a foundation that's very balanced. Not very drying, but it's not like oily or greasy. Good coverage, but it's not very cakey kind of full coverage. And it's not like too dewy, but it's not like too matte. So I think it's quite a foundation that could work for a lot of people. And there's this one. I think every YouTuber that I have ever subscribed has recommended this product, the Luminous Silk Foundation. I think it's a very good foundation, but there isn't one thing about this foundation that stands out too much for me. It's just like the Nars foundation. It's like very balanced, but a little bit more natural. It's a little bit more lightweight, and a little bit lighter coverage. I still very like this one. These two, MAC Face and Body, I believe they changed the packaging recently, so a lot of people start talking about this again. And the It Cosmetics Skin by Better CC. This too is a product that I think never died. It's like I see people recommending this product like all the time, and I do like them a lot. Like this one I have used about this much, so I do really like them. And this one it's very natural, but it has very good coverage. And this one, I think for applying with your finger, it can achieve a very beautiful finish. It's a little bit coverage to even out your skin tone, but it still looks like real skin. But there's one thing about this product, it's it gets on mask very badly, and it's breaking apart in a very like ugly way, which is weird for a skin tint kind of product, because there's no little to no coverage. Why it's looking so bad when it's breaking up, but it does. So when I am wearing a mask, I'm not gonna use this one. So today I think I want to use the It Cosmetics one, because I haven't used this one for a very long time. I pumped one pump out on my palette. It's quite a thick cream kind of texture, but it's not heavy. So I will just apply this with my finger. Oh, it's actually quite a good color for me right now. And it's very moisturizing actually, and there's a very pretty sheen of it. Maybe it's also because of the Bobbi brown base. It's very pretty finish. And I have very large pores, and this one does not settle into my pores, which is very nice. I think this video is gonna be a very long video, because it's already like 11 minutes and I'm still talking about foundation. And a little bit between my eyebrow. I don't really use foundation on my nose and like my whole forehead. I just use a little bit on the center of my eyebrow because I have redness here. And use a sponge to pat the product into the skin. So this three was recommended quite multiple times. This one, I think nowadays still I see somebody talk about this. It's Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. And this Kevyn Aucoin, the Sensual Skin Enhancer. It's a very full coverage concealer. And this Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer. I think I see Kathleen Lights talk about this a lot 2 to 3 years ago. And actually I have only used this once since I bought it a long time ago, so I think I'll just use this one. Quite high coverage, but it's not drying at all, so I actually really like this one, even though I only use it once. But for some reason I still remember how I feel about it. Just a little bit. It's very high coverage, so you definitely don't need a lot of this. And I want to pat it into the skin. And I will blend it with this sponge. And the next is the powder. There isn't another powder get as much hype as this one, which is the Mercier translucent loose powder. This is the limited edition packaging, but the inside is the same as that famous powder. And actually, even though I bought this for a long time, this is the first time I'm gonna use this powder. I think I bought this for more than a year. Definitely like 1.5 years. I think this is the Christmas packaging in 2019, I think. Since we're in quarantine and start wearing a mask, I basically just start applying powder with puffs because I feel like it really pressed the product into the skin, and I think with applying with the puff, my foundation get less on the mask, and it actually lasts longer. Maybe because it can like pat a little bit more product than the brush could do. I don't know. And this is a puff from Clinique. It's very good quality. And I think it's actually not that expensive. Around $10 or even less than $10 for this puff. Which for a Clinique product, it's not expensive at all. Oh, I think this product is really nice. I can understand why people really like this. It sets the skin nicely, and it doesn't really look like very powdery. It's matte though, but it's not like very powdery at all. Really liking this one. Let's talk about bronzer. I have two. Which one is like almost done? It's this bronzer, not this palette, but this bronzer. It's the Laguna, Nars Laguna. I think if you were on YouTube and if you were watching beauty YouTubers, I think you definitely have seen at least one person have recommended or at least using the Nars Laguna bronzers in their videos. And actually it's a very pretty bronzer. It's not too cool and it's not too warm, and it really works for my skin tone. So like you can see, I'm almost done with this one, and it's like a 10 grams, quite a big pan. I think if I ever like finished all of my bronzers, I am gonna repurchase this one, but it's like not anytime soon. Another one is the Tom Ford, the Ultimate Bronzer in the shade Terra. I actually heard a lot of people talk about this bronzer, and I have used this like several times. I really like this one, and it's like a very big bronzer. It's a 15 grams size of big bronzer. It's a very nice bronzer. It's like on the warm side, but it's not too warm to the point that it looks like a blush on your cheek, but it still gives the warmth to your skin, and it's very easy to blend, and there's no fallout. It's like a jelly kind of formulation. I do really like this one. This color really works very nice on my skin tone, my light medium olive undertone. And this brush, the Real Techniques, it's also a like old YouTube favorite. They are really very nice quality brushes. I have this one like definitely over 5 years, and it still works like a new brush. Okay, that's it. Love this bronzer. And for blush, I have quite a bit blush that is could consider as an old YouTube favorite. Like one is this Tom Ford one. It's the cheek color 02 Frantic Pink. I think it's like quite a long time ago, over 5 years ago. There's a period of time that I see a lot of people that was recommending this shade, so I bought it, but I actually rarely use this one for some reason. And this one, I think everybody I have followed on YouTube has recommended this blush, the MAC Warm Soul. This is the new formula. It's not the old one, but I still think it's a very beautiful, very cute blush. And the Nars, it's the one that Kevyn Lights recommended a lot of times, and I forgot the name, but I'll put it on the screen. It's a very nice, warm, nudie, pink kind of blush. It's pretty. I really like this one for all over my lid as well. It's a very pretty blush. I really like it. And there's another one. I think I also bought this blush because of Kevyn Lights. It's the Cheek Pop or Blush Pop in the shade Nude Pop. And I think this whole line was very popular in a period of time on YouTube, and especially this Nude Pop was recommended by a lot of people, and I do really liked this one. You can see that the flower embossing was gone and it was like completely flat. It's just a very nice blush. It's like a warm nude color that works for every makeup I have done. I still, till this day, love this blush and use this one now and then. But today I think I want to use the MAC Warm Soul because I haven't used this one in a long time. For this one, because I have light medium skin tone, I cannot use too much of it. If I use too much, it just looks like I put bronzer on my cheek. I'm very curious of the original formula of this blush. I think Samantha Ravendall was always raving about the original formula of this one, so I'm really curious about the original. But I guess I don't have a chance to use it. You can see it really adds a lot of warmth onto your skin. It's really warm. So maybe I should pull this one out and use it more. For eyeshadow, I actually have a lot of old YouTube favorites, but there's too many of them, so I think I'll just size down to 4. The first one is MAC eyeshadows, MAC single eyeshadows. I think like 5 or 6 years ago, or maybe even 10 years ago, it was very popular on YouTube, and everybody was using MAC single eyeshadows, like the shade Wood Winged Lights. I think I also bought this color because of Kevyn Lights. The shade Casino, which is my favorite color from MAC. Tempting Nylon. I think I bought this nylon color because of Jaclyn Hill, because she said this is the best brow bone and inner corner highlighter or something like that. So I think today I want to use like 1 or 2 of the MAC eyeshadows. And this one, I think a lot of people know this palette, the Viseart Neutral Matte palette. A very nice palette. I often put this palette on my eyelid and I layer a glitter eyeshadow on top. Yeah, just a really easy to use palette, but I don't know if it's worth this $80 price tag. I think the price tag may be a little bit too high. This product, the Tom Ford Cocoa Mirage, the number 03. This one is also an eyeshadow product that was like recommended multiple times on YouTube. And I do really like this one, but for some reason it's like I didn't get why people so obsessed about this palette, because it's just a matte brown palette. It does blend very nicely, but it's like other things also blends very nicely, so why is this one better than others? I didn't really get it, but it's a very good quality and the color was very pretty and easy to use. Another one is this Nars Wanted. Yeah, the Nars Wanted eyeshadow palette. I think it came out like 2 to 3 years ago, and that period of time I have seen everybody on YouTube that I was like subscribing talking about this palette, and it's a very pretty palette. And there's one thing about Nars that I don't really understand, is that they put out a very good product, but they make it a limited edition. And if people really like about it, they doesn't bring this palette back. They like create 1,000 palettes that was similar to this one and make them all limited edition. I just don't understand their marketing policy. I don't know, why don't you just make this good palette permanent instead of like putting out 1,000 palettes that just look like this? I don't know. I think today I want to use a little bit of every palette. First, I might just use a crease color from this palette, which is this one. It's actually my favorite color from this palette. And this brush is an old YouTube favorite as well. It's a Sigma E40. It's a little bit too big for me, but it still works. And this color is just so nice. A lot of times in the summer I just use this color all over the lid and that's it. That's just the eye look. I think I haven't used this product without using this shade. Every time I pull out this palette, I just feel like I have to use this shade. Such a beautiful shade. Yeah, really like it. On my eyelid, I want to use this Casino eyeshadow from MAC. There's a period of time I was exclusively using this product on my eyes. It's such a beautiful eyeshadow. And I think nowadays there's a lot of eyeshadow look like this, but back then, years before, this kind of shade was quite rare, because I think back in the day eyeshadows was always a little bit gray almost. So this product was a very few warm, glittery, metallic shades that I have. Even though it's still a very beautiful product, but I just nowadays don't think anything about this shade, because I have too many same shades like this. Under eye, maybe I use a little bit this Viseart palette. I use the Sensual the most. So today I want to have a little bit more orange tone on my eyes, so I'm gonna mix these two. And the same mix on my lower lash line. Okay, for eyeliner, I don't know if this one could consider as a YouTube favorite. It's the Pixi Endless Eye Pen, but I do bought this because of a YouTuber. I think it's Karima. I think she has mentioned this product several times in her videos, and I do see other people also talking about this eyeliner, and it is a very nice formula. like you can see, I'm almost done with it. Roughly draw a shape and use a brush to drag it into the shape I want. I want to use the Nylon eyeshadow from MAC to highlight my brow bone and inner corner, like Jaclyn Hill has recommended. Actually, I don't really use brow bone highlighter these days. I just apply a little bit highlighter when I was like applying my face highlight. I apply a little bit on this area, but I don't specifically apply highlighter on this area anymore. But this product does works very nicely as a brow bone highlight. So pretty. And on my inner corner, still a good product. Highlight this product, the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder. I think this is the most recommended, one of the most recommended highlighter on YouTube. Well, nowadays I don't really see people talk about this, but several years ago it's like everybody is talking about this. But I do still think it's a good product. It's a very nice skin-like finish, but you can still build this to a very beaming highlight. But there's one thing, there's a lot of highlighter products on the market right now. So this one is not a very standing out one anymore. So I rarely use this one nowadays. But when I was like first purchasing this, I used a lot. It's becoming a little bit flat because in a period of time I did use this one a lot. I feel like I want a little bit of glitter on my eyelid, so I'm just gonna apply this one. The glitter. Why did they make this limited edition? This lip liner, the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat. I think the Pillow Talk and this iconic Nude is the most popular lip liner, like in my opinion, on YouTube. And also the MAC ones, those Kylie Jenner favorite colors are very popular, but I don't have those. I just have this Charlotte Tilbury ones. It's very nice formula, but what is really standing out for me about this product is the shade. I feel like the lip liner is either too peachy or too cool, or like too dark or too light, but this is none of them. I think it's just the right amount of warmness and coolness and the right amount of depth for my lip. So I really like this one to draw my lip shape, fix my lip shape almost, because my lips are very uneven. Okay, that's it. For lips, there's a lot of lip product I bought because of YouTube. For lipsticks, the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution and the ISSNG lipsticks are very famous in like several years ago, and I have purchased a lot of them. And my favorite one is Very Victoria and Bound Girl, and this one, the Stoned Rose. This is a very pretty warm terracotta kind of color, and it's more of a moisturizing formula than the Matte Revolution ones, but those are also not drying. Very nice formula and colors, especially that one, the very Victoria one is my favorite nude lipstick, and I'm almost done with that tube, which is very rare because I never finish a lipstick, a colored lipstick. Okay, and for lip gloss, there's one product. It's definitely an old YouTube favorite, which is the Buxom glosses, and especially the White Russian. Everybody on YouTube was like raving about the White Russian, but this one is actually a little bit too light for me, for my complexion. So my favorite is actually the Rose Julep color, and I think I also bought this color because of Castle Lights, even though this pink color does not match the lipstick. But there's one thing about this lip gloss, it's very minty, so it's kind of have a little bit plumping effect, and when the wind like blow on your lip, it feels very cold. So I kind of cannot wear this in the winter because I feel like my lip is like freezing. I wear this in the summer. I think you can see the shine. It's a very high shine formula, and it's very moisturizing. I do really like this one. Setting spray. This too is the old YouTube favorite setting spray. The MAC Fix Plus and the Urban Decay All Nighter. Actually, I rarely put the Fix Plus all over my face because the nozzle is a little bit too aggressive. So I usually use this to wet my brush or like hydrating my face before foundation. So I'm not gonna put this on my face. I'm gonna use this all-nighter one. Before that, I'm gonna use this one, the Dior Forever Perfect Fix. This is not an old YouTube favorite. It's like a very new one. I think it came out like about 2 months ago. But it's my favorite. I almost cannot live without this one. It's so good. This one really make my foundation last a lot longer. And I really like to layer other more dewy sprays on top of this. This is also a long wearing kind of setting spray, but it has a little bit dewiness to it, the Urban Decay one. So I like to layer this on top. The nozzle on this one is much better than the Dior one. The spray wasn't fully dried, but today actually I had a very fun time playing and talking about all of this product because I'm trying to save money and buy less product. So by rediscovering all of this product, it's actually kind of reminding me of all of this good product in my collection to like use more of them instead of buying new product every day. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.